Jonathan Cott, former Manchin Communications Director, and Matt Gorman, Targeted Victory Executive Vice President. Gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to both of you.
Good to see you.
So, from President Trump on Truth Social, I am thinking of recommending a national convention to the Republican Party just prior to the midterms. It has never been done before. Stay tuned. Jonathan, what do you make of this idea of midterm conventions?
I didn't think we could start politics any sooner, but apparently we are. I guess it's good for guys like us. They're more business, but look, politics is theater these days. So yes, let's have more conventions. Let's showcase our talent, and it's a good chance for both parties to put people front and center, get the American people more focused. There's way less attention. There's way less voter turnout during the midterms. So maybe this will grow, voter turnout in the midterms, which would be a good thing for our country. I don't know if it's a good thing for politics, but,
Well, we heard Mark said that both parties are thinking about it. Matt, what do you think the advantages would be to doing this before the midterms?
One of the things our party struggle with when Trump is on the ballot is getting some voters out. This could help increase that, I think. I think the danger, though, for Democrats is this will turn into a 2028 showcase, right? You're going to have Gavin spouting his nonsense, everybody else. Where in our party, we have it, we have a clear leader and a top-down kind of party. I think with Democrats, that chaos, it'll be more of a 28 showcase than a 26 one.
2028.
Yes.
You could be producing the segment. The Emerson poll. Gavin Newsom, 25%. Pete Buttigieg, 16%. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, 11%. 16% undecided. So, Jonathan, is Gavin Newsom the guy to beat, the person to beat in your party?
No. And I know this because we don't have President Giuliani, President Clinton, or any other people that were leading this far out. He is gaining a lot of attention for his, opposition to Trump and his, use of social media right now. It's garnering a lot of actual traditional media, but it's getting the base excited to see somebody push back on him. I don't think he's going to be the nominee. I think it's going to be a governor from a more, purplish red state. I think somebody like Andy Beshear, somebody like Wes Moore. I actually think if we're going to start something earlier, I think Andy Beshear and Wes Moore should just decide they're running as a ticket, announce it. I don't care which one is at the top of the ticket, but that would be a great way to go out and, run together. I don't think it's going to be Gavin Newsom. It's not going to be Kamala Harris.
Matt, Gavin Newsom looks the part like out of central casting. Obviously from California, could raise a ton of money and has big name ID. Would Republicans want to run against him or one of the others?
He looks the part like every slimy politician or used car salesman. So, yes, he does look that part. But, look, I think what Gavin is, falling in the same trap so many Democrats are, where they're falling in love with tactics. Like, let's start a podcast. Let's swear on social media. Let's tweet in all caps. They're missing the point. Their whole point is a strategy, right? Ask Gavin what qualifies. Can a man get pregnant? And he would stumble, right? He can do that a lot easier than, say, a lot of other candidates. So I would be very, very bearish on Gavin's chances right now. Not to say I think California is a disaster, and that would be showcase number one in a general election.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.